Hello chaps and chapesses. Thank you for joining me in this video. Here we are once more in Fallout 4. It is rainy Fallout 4, the DLC expansion of Far Harbor, where I'm continuing my Dalton Diarys, building at the former site of Dalton Farm. This is the remains of Dalton Farm here. In Far Harbor, put the light on. It's a bit gloomy here. Very Scottish weather. It's sort of gloomy, raining, misty, hazy. Admittedly, the mist is not radioactive. Or at least, not much. People in Aberdeen might complain because all their granite houses exude mild radiation, which has been linked to some cancers, leukemia, and so on. There was a recent attack here, but all the bodies seem to have disappeared. Totaled something like 22 attackers of various sorts, everything from these mutant rad wolves to gulpers and what are the other big lobster crustaceans, fog crawlers. And yeah, and those weird creatures with the lures above them. I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, this is my building progress. I've been putting up some picket fence, as it's as good as a barrier to incursions as a wall. You'd think it'd be destructible, quite easily destroyed with strong enemies and weapons fire. I've been fixing this place up. Put the lights off so you can see it in its full glory. Natural lighting. I've been patching up the holes. I use these weapon racks to patch up holes a lot. You can see where I've used paintings and flags as well to cover up holes. Make the place a bit more wind and water tight. Otherwise I couldn't charge rent. It would not be legal. There's a little den, a child's den. There's put the radio on, I think. Yeah. Another generator. Not all of the mods I have active seem to actually function in Far Harbor. Here's the toilet. The toilet door doubles as an outdoor, a front door for the house. Almost. So I've been putting up safety railings and so on. There's a proper door. And here's the bathroom. No need for a toilet here because there's a toilet downstairs. Like some ancestors of mine, my great-granddad, he was a little guy, but at night he'd go to the nearest sink to have a pee in the middle of the night. But this is more than 100 years ago, before indoor plumbing was common, so a kitchen sink had to do. Otherwise it was the outhouse, the wooden structure in the backyard which they shared with all the neighbours. So there's the walls of Castle Dalton as they are now. They're more or less complete, pending alterations. I apologise for the weather, but there's not a lot I can do about that. Though there are mods where you can fire up weather-changing rockets. So that's a proper house built into the walls there. That could be a very small apartment, exceedingly small on 2 floors. Barely room for a bed up there. And maybe a small log burning stove and a chair. So it's very poor. Like living in a sentry box. Which essentially some of these towers are. Quite a few enemies have been getting in this gate. So I've put in a double gate system. You have the inner gates and some nice weapons upstairs. And then the outer gate. It doesn't matter, it isn't quite closed properly. But I've had gulpers and so on get in through this gate only to die around about here. I'd much rather they die outside. And they make an awful mess. So the barman Sheffield lives up there. He's got his tiny apartment here. I haven't furnished downstairs yet. But I'll put a few sticks of furniture in for him. And there's a bedroom upstairs. It's a bunk bed. Not much room. I might squeeze in a TV here or downstairs, or radio. And I've been building a hotel. Hello Nick, how are you doing? And then the newest shop, yeah. Just a general store, general trader. I've been using OC Decorator to stack the shelves. So now these things are immovable. Without it, you just need to sneeze or fart with a bit of vibrato and everything falls off the shelf. So you can imagine what it would be like after a raider attack or whatever. Everything will be on the ground, which happens a lot in the vanilla game. So a couple of guard posts on either side of the gate there. There's hardly anyone living here. I think there's a total of 9 residents. The shopkeeper can live up here. They've got a small room here. And there's the toilet. I might put in a wash hand basin there or somewhere. Well, one of my ancestors, when they lived on the island of Skye, used to go out to the stream to wash. They had a stream running past there, Bothy. This is the entrance to the hotel, in so much as I've only really built the first floor. First 4 rooms. Some of them have balconies. So fairly large rooms, at least large for my building. I like to just squeeze people into tiny little places. This is probably the best room, biggest in the hotel. Mind you, this room, this could either be a very cramped bedroom or a large ensuite bathroom and toilet. Again, it's got a balcony. Oh yeah, I've made a start on the a castle out in the bay there. There's a tiny little village on the island of Arran in Scotland, on the west coast. And the place is called Loch Ranza. And there's a little castle out in the bay, a ruin of course. And that's where my ancient relative lived. And I actually visited there to clear the house out when the last resident died. It had no, apart from the kitchen sink, there was no internal plumbing, and the water for the kitchen sink came from the stream. It was piped from higher up in the stream. Anyway, numerous houses here, most requiring furnishing. This could be a... Oh, there's a wooden spoon in there. There's nobody living here, there's someone putting stuff in the drawers. So that room's furnished, their living room, like another potential living room or bedroom here. And upstairs is the bedroom. That's Sheffield's house over there. You could squeeze in rooms everywhere really. And here's a tower that it's really too small for anything like that. Might just do something, use it as a utility space. Move a generator into there using the carpet clips. This is a generator I could, it's maybe too big. Fit in there. Outside toilet. Here's more tower rooms. Pending conversion into apartments or whatever. Slightly more generous proportions, that one. And here's a house, a proper house. A large living room and workspace, or a weapons workbench there. And got a little balcony here. Working door, glazed windows, water in the sink, and of course you saw the toilet downstairs outside. And of course there's an attic room which may belong to that house, but certainly on the roof of the house. Gosh. It could be a self-contained tiny apartment. Might put more weapons up here, more machine gun turrets, whatever, laser turrets. Because the attacks here really are ridiculous. A bit extreme. My tiny little room when I'm here. I've got to put a small chair or stool there so I can sit by the fire. But these red rocket doors are a good space saver. Sliding doors. Quite a large 2-room apartment here. Large living room. Still need a TV there. Perhaps more chairs, tables and such like. There's a bedroom. Double bed. And quite a nice, well-appointed bathroom. Big good bath. Bit of light. See, it looks quite nice. And just the available light. It doesn't really need a door. Downstairs. They're really guard rooms for the guards when they're having a break. Little guardsman's bed there. It's too well ventilated with these slot windows. Arrow loops, which in a castle would be for archers. Or perhaps musketmen later on. Another tiny bedroom, scantily fitted out. Oh, there's the pub there. We'll get to that in time. So here's the main. Oh yeah, here's another guard's room. It's really a bunk room, bunk beds. Might put more furniture in here as well. Looking out to the harbour. That's just a cupboard. Cupboard under the stair. Harry Potter's room. And so there's the outside of the main gate. In the harbour. We've got two working fishing boats here. I had a devil of a time trying to place these things. Use a variation on the post glitch. Putting in foundation blocks underwater there. And then a wall. Only I put the boat up on the shore here. And attached the block to it. Then used the block's natural tendency to want to attach to the foundations to place the boat. Oh, Nick's having a swim. Deep water, Nick, you know. Get yourself in deep water there. This looks a bit oversized. I'm not expecting any giant oil tankers to berth anytime soon. There's my main water purifier. Workbench. Oh, here's the pub. As it is so far. Started decorating the exterior. Haven't begun to decorate the interior or indeed furnish it. But quite a big space. Got a lot of tables and chairs and so on here. And here's Sheffield, the barman. Reformed alcoholic. Hasn't touched a drop. Ah yeah, here's the clinic, the doctor's house, our medical centre. So the doctor, resident GP, will have his tiny apartment down here. He doesn't really need a toilet as such, he can just go in the sea. They'll probably give him something by way of cleansing facilities, even if it's just a sink with running water. And up to the surgery, and there's a kind of a waiting room area here. All the chairs are quality tested, so they work. So you can wait for your appointment. And the medical personage can be stood here when I finally appoint one. Still to build something here. It might just be workshops. Because the weapons, I know I've got a weapons workshop up in that house there. If I'd thought about it, I could have had related workshops in the various shops that I have here. For instance, this is an armor and weapons shop. I may yet separate them. Because there's possibly a room for a weapons workbench there, where the armourer stall is. So if I move the armourer into a different building, I can have an armoury station as well in that building. So that's the castle so far, or the keep. Not much to look at so far, it's just the foundations. Foundation block. Oh yes, you can go out to this boat as well. Moored here. I might turn one of these boats into a residence. But that might deprive them of a working fishing boat, so I don't know. In the frontage of the hotel. Oh yes. And there's a cafe. Cafe or restaurant. Quite a reasonable kitchen. I could put some more litter and food objects and related culinary gear. All working chairs for the residents and customers. Had a devil of a time making this one work. I couldn't figure out what it was, the proximity of the refilling vending machine or this counter here, so I moved everything around, including this window here, the window into the clothing shop. It's a self-refilling vending machine. Then for no reason it decided to work. And the clothing shop. So there's actually room in here for a clothing workbench. If I move some of these dummies. Mannequins. Nobody in. So many shops that need staff. Another generator. I've actually got a nuclear generator somewhere. One of these fusion generators. Oh yes, it's the back of the restaurant, isn't it? The back wall of the restaurant is... That's it there. Yes. Fusion generator. So we've got plenty of power. So that's the latest on Castle Dalton. Small town, large village. I've fallen in the water. Oh dear. I'm moving camera, so I'm going to fall into the sky as soon as my stamina runs out.
The children of Adam are dangerous. Don't trust them.
Okie dokie. I don't know what to do about this old shop. I might fix this up to be a shop again. Can I have a counter here? Possibly. So thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed it, give it a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, and you'll be shown more similar material, possibly even by me. More of my videos, so join me again some other time for Dalton Diarys, continuing construction of Castle Dalton. Bye for now.